And welcome, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Friday Night Football. We're coming at you live from Alumni Stadium here in Wilmington, Massachusetts, as the Wilmington Wildcats take the field against the visiting Arlington Catholic Cougars. It's a crisp fall night, the lights are on, the stands are packed, and we've got all the makings of a great matchup. Wilmington looks to defend their home turf, while Arlington Catholic is here to prove that they can spoil the party. Doing the color commentary today, here with me will be Jim Boyle. Jim, how's it going?
It's going very well, Braden. Good to see you back in the booth with us.
Good to see you as well, Jim.
A long time. I did coach you, remember. Listen, quick kids. First home game for Coach Cav here. 2-0 after beating up on Essex Tech in Saugus. They looked really strong in Saugus. I expect to see them. We should be able to run the football all night. I would expect Arlington Catholic to try to throw the football on us. If we're going to play the 4-4-3, I would expect that to cover 3. I talked to defensive coach Sullivan. He thinks they're going to come out in more of a 4-4 cover 2. So we'll see what happens. I don't expect them to be able to stop our offensive line, defensive line. So that game will be pounded at them, and go win the first home game.
With the likes of Aiden Bellavie and Gus Lambert in the backfield, I don't disagree with your take there, Jim. I think we're going to run the ball down their throats.
The other thing also just of note is Julian Martins is out hurt. He broke his elbow on last game against Saugus, so that's a little loss. He's the speed back too. So.
National Guardsman, Command Sergeant Major Herbert, Sergeant Major Herbert, Sergeant Mason, and Sergeant Horak.
Approaching the field are the captains for the Wildcats in this order from left to right. Number 13, Colin Allard. Number 18, Pasquale DeLucia. Number 22, Gus Lambert. Number 50,
Luke Cushing.
Number 51, Timmy Watson. And number 67, Noah Matten.
Braden, be interested to see if they win the toss, whether they receive or kick. It'll be a game time decision for Coach Cav, who's 2-0 in his debut here at Wilmington High School.
Strong season for the Wildcats so far after a pretty disappointing end to last year.
Correct. That's like the understatement of the decade.
Trying to give them some grace here, Jim.
Correct. That's true. That's true. Yeah, whole new coaching staff now too as well. Coach Cav has brought a lot of Wilmington people back. People know some of these kids, coached them for a long time. It's been a good turnaround. They're really working hard. I know from being in school over the last 3 weeks, the kids, they really hit the weight room, and they have a lot of confidence going into this game as well. There we go. What's the toss like?
Arlington Catholic to receive the football.
Arlington Catholic will receive the opening kickoff.
As the captains finish shaking hands, we are off.
Beautiful night too, Braden. I just have to tell you, there's absolutely no wind out here.
Phenomenal night for some football, Jim.
And also, don't fail to mention the brand new turf, which looks phenomenal as well. The blue Wildcat and the blue Wilmington on the 2 end zones.
That is right. The high school went over, a 2.5-month turf renovation this summer?
That's correct.
The blue end zones are definitely a nice touch. Field goal posts look phenomenal as well. Everything looks great. New Wildcat in the middle.
Yep, and they put a new track in,
This
too.
time, we ask that you now stand, remove your caps, and face the flag for the playing of the national anthem.
Coverage will resume after the national anthem. And with the commencement of our national anthem, we are off for a thrilling night of Wildcat football. Wildcats going to kick the ball off. Number 3, senior Cam Pereira will be the kickoff specialist for the night. On mistake, number 13, Colin Allard will be kicking the ball off tonight.
Yeah, Cam had a little bit of a leg injury earlier, about 2 weeks ago, and I think just trying to keep him fresh. He'll do the extra points and field goals, and Colin will hit kickoffs and punts.
Allard will kick off for the Wildcats.
Allard fixing his glove as he places the tee and ball down. And we are about ready to kick off Wildcat football. The home debut as Allard takes his steps. And the ball is off, kicked to the near side of the field on your screen. A bit of trouble recovering it. Aiden Bellevue misses the tackle. But there's a good hit there by number 44, Max Glazier. There's a flag down on the field, though.
Braden, looks like he stepped out about the 19, and then Glazier hit him when he was out of bounds.
It's a careless mistake on the first play of the game that'll not look good in the film room on Monday.
Yeah, Glazier, a sophomore. One kickoff and punt as well. Interesting to see, like I said earlier, how they come out. AC comes out, and I would expect them to come out, try to spread it out and throw it a little bit, try to take us out of that cover 3.
15-yard personal foul. It'll be 1st and 10, Arlington Catholic.
Strong defensive look for the Wildcats. Seem to be very senior heavy. A few juniors in the mix: Theo Bryson, Aiden Bellevue, and Max Bagtaz.
Yeah, their front 8 has been dominant the first 2 games, really controlling the line of scrimmage.
John Ricento, the quarterback for Arlington Catholic, with trips to his right, takes the snap, looks, quick pass, but Theo Bryson misses the tackle, but is brought down by Gus Lambert for a loss of yards on that play.
Number 6, John Ressity.
Theo read that really well, Bryson did, and even though he didn't finish the tackle, he slowed him down enough to be followed up by Lambert, the linebacker. Again, I've watched film on AC, and I haven't seen them throw the ball downfield a lot, so we just have to be aware of those quick out passes, which in reality is like a run. But again, very good defensive play by Bryson to cover that up.
Overshot it a little bit, but still the read was there, and that's what you're going to need if you can just fix up the tackling. Takes the snap with trips to his left. Handoff quickly up the middle, bounces to the outside, is brought down again by Gus Lambert. Gus Lambert with a form tackle there, wraps him up and brings him down for a gain of nothing, as it's going to be a very 3rd down and long situation here for Arlington Catholic.
This seems to be, you could replay all defensive set for Wilmington over the last 2 weeks, and it's all the same thing. The defensive line engaging the offensive line, opening up the tackle lanes for our great linebackers, and Lambert with a really good tackle there.
Gus is a kid who does not shy away from contact. They're going to go doubles here. Ricento to take the snap. Drops back, looks to his left, avoids some pressure in the pocket. He takes off. Quick fire to the outside. It is complete for an Arlington Catholic 1st down. Number 20 on the catch there for Arlington Catholic. Sam Matthews.
Number 20, Sam Matthews.
Then they got caught expecting him to run. He stopped before the line of scrimmage and threw a nice pass over the 1st down marker. One of the issues with playing that cover 3 is those guys coming out of the backfield have to be covered by the linebackers, and when the quarterback attempts to run, those linebackers have to come up and try to make stop as well. So not a broken play, but effectively run by Arlington Catholic.
Adjustments to be made, but the Wildcats look good thus far. Handoff up the middle to number 4. Number 4 gets through the line, makes a man miss, and is eventually brought down by Aiden Bellevue. Again, Jaden Gonzalez there on the run.
Win the line of scrimmage, you'll always advance the football. And they'll run him right up the middle, right up the gut. And Cats have to be aware of what's going to happen there.
A lot of speed there from the running back, but not shying away from the contact of Bellevue, too, who has proven to be a hard hitter over the last 2 years. Switching up the formation. Looks like they're going to go trips left on this play with the lone receiver all the way out to the right. Running back to the right of Rosento. Calls signal. Takes the snap. Handoff right up the middle. Back to Gonzalez, and he is brought down, but not before getting the first down. It's going to be an Arlington Catholic first down.
That was an interesting play. They had a second and like less than a yard, so they really have 2 free plays there. They decided to run and get the first down. I wouldn't be shocked there if number 1, who seems who's the big receiver, like if he cuts across the middle. Most of the time they don't do that. Most of the time they take their big receiver and they just fade it down. It's more of a down and out pattern. So I was shocked that AC did that didn't go for a bigger play.
Running back flips sides, but otherwise it's the same formation here for the Cougars. Rosento calls signal, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, takes it up the middle, but gets swallowed at the line. I believe that's Gabe Borgeson on the tackle.
I think that was 50. I think that was Cushing. Hard to tell. The old eyes, Braden. Key player for the Cats on defense, besides Gus Lambert, is 51, Timmy Watson. Those 2 are your 2 middle backers, and they're the ones we're expecting to stop run all the time.
Timmy Watson having a great year last year, looks to continue the momentum this year. As the Cougars go back to the double with the running back to the right, Rosento takes the snap, looks to pass the ball. Nowhere to go, and Cam Pereira wraps up and runs him back about 10 yards. And there was nowhere for Rosento to look on that play. Wilmington with a phenomenal play to set up a third down and 19.
Great pressure by the defensive line. Pereira is quick and it just got in the backfield and had to know where to go. I thought the quarterback was a little rushed there to step up into the pocket, but they're not. If they try to run a play that takes a while to develop, they're never going to be successful. This quarterback he takes too long to get rid of the football. So again, Wilmington wants to force them into these long distances. And now it's just a matter, do they try to pick up a small chunk and then punt it, or pick up a small chunk and go for it?
Third down and long, they're going to go trips to the right. Jordan Nash, the lone receiver, all the way out to the left. Gonzalez in the backfield. Arlington Catholic seems to be switching up the play at the line, noticing something about the Wilmington defense.
That'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game on the Cougars. It is going to set up a very long third down and 24.
Delay of game will be third down, 22.
You know, on the last time they did that, they rolled right out of the pocket, threw it to the running back who got up the field. You got to wonder, are they going to try and do the same thing again, or are the Wildcats going to stay to their assignments this time?
Hopefully stay to their assignments.
Trips to the right. Rosento takes the snap. Looks, throws the ball. Nash, and it is severely underthrown. No chance of catching that ball. That sets up 4th and 24.
Again, Braden, very good pressure on the quarterback. Now let's see if they go for it. I would imagine they'll punt here.
I believe Rosento's a first-year starter. You know, it's not easy to come in a first-year starter and deliver those throws.
Correct. Especially those timing routes. I mean, everything they run is sort of a timing route. Like I said, he's not going to get the time. They're not big up front, and our defensive line is good enough to get penetration. He's not going to have a lot of time to throw the football either. Again, basically the same replay all over. Just the one broken play where he's scrambling through for the first down. It was a pretty good series for the Wildcats.
Sean Connolly with the punt. It's going to be a squib up the middle, fielded by Cam Gray. Inside the 25, Cam Gray makes a man miss, makes Derek Velasco miss. Number 25 for the Cougars with a big whiff there, and he is down at the 31-yard line. Great return there by Cam Gray.
It's one of the things you want to do. You want to dominate special teams plays. You don't want to have penalties. You don't want to turn the ball over. And again, no penalties for the Wildcats except for the hit out of bounds, which is irrelevant, and great special teams play to pick up the yardage and really give you an easy start to your first drive.
Mark Holleran enters the field his first time as an upperclassman on this field after having a very successful sophomore season. He looks to take charge for the Wildcats here with Gus Lambert to his right, Joey Kavanaugh on your side of the screen, far side of the screen receiver, Colin Allard, as the snap is taken, run by Gus Lambert for a few yards. Gus looks to pick up about 6 on that play.
Expect to see that all night. Just keep pounding right at him, soften up a little bit, maybe make the throw to Allard coming across the middle, but when they are on a passing down, look for Pasquale to be wide open. Denali.
DeLucia with hands like glue, not dropping many balls for the Wildcats.
Correct.
So they're going a split back formation here as they bring Bellavie in, Allard out. Bellaby to the left of Holleran and Gus Lambert to the right. Holleran takes the snap, handoff to Bellaby. Bellaby hits the hole hard in the middle. As there's a pig pile.
Aiden Bellaby on the carry.
And it's going to set down a very third and short, maybe third and inches, less than a yard there.
I hate to pick on the refs this early in the morning. That's a horrible spot.
No, I agree, Jim.
That's a horrible spot. Yeah, it's tough to pick it. Now you got 2 plays to get first down anyway. I think you trust your defense here as well.
Kavanaugh and Bellaby coming off the field.
And playing that the wing T, they've got Pereira. Cam is in on the slot. Again, he's another one to look out for in a play like this. He was very successful at that in this August game.
A big-bodied receiver who, once again, has hands like glue, just like DeLucia. Doesn't drop a whole lot of balls. Holleran takes the snap, looks to rush it to the right. He picks up the first down and more as he gets to the 48-yard line. Wildcats first down there.
I talked to Mark in school today, and one of the things we were talking about was against August, he ran the ball about 4 or 5 times. It was very effective. He's very strong. He's quick. I think it helps. It's a good change of pace for our offense. And, of course, they're really great to pick up the first down.
You know, I always said if Mark wasn't playing quarterback, he'd be playing somewhere else on the field. He is an athlete.
Correct.
Bellaby to the left of Holleran with Colin Allard closest on your screen. Cam Gray all the way out on the other side. Handoff to Bellaby. Bellaby cuts up the middle. Not a gain of much, though, as there is a couple Arlington Catholic Cougars on the tackle. Number 20, Sam Matthews, wraps him up and brings him down.
Number 20, Sam
that play, just that play, from my eyes, it looked like too long to develop. Bellaby didn't hit the hole as quickly as he could have. Allowed the linebacker to slide up and plug the hole. So, again, we'd like to see him hit the hole hard because he's a big, hard, strong running back.
It's hard to bring him down when he gets into that open field as well. He runs like a bus, and Gus is the bus, so got a lot of buses on the team, Jim.
That's good.
Allard in the slot. Holleran looks to pass, fires it over to the outside, and Cam Gray on the tackle before he is brought down as we enter Cougar territory. He catches that ball at the 36. Great patience there by Holleran as he fires the ball to the outside, and good catch by Cam Gray.
A really good route that was run by Cam as well. Great route. Went out, I think it's a designed rollout. He runs out, and I'll call it a hook. Comes out and hooks back and caught the ball wide open. Good read, though, also by Mark.
Great patience there as well as he waited for Cam to be fully open. Didn't try to rush the ball too early. Great play entering Cougar territory. Holleran takes the snap. Yeah. Quick pass to Allard. Allard looks to turn upfield. No one there. Allard makes a man miss. Allard is down on the 20-yard line. Phenomenal play by the Wildcats there. The quick pass. Mark with a quick release, and Allard gets it down the field.
My good friend of CMS HVAC, we'll call it, is Todd Kenny. Standing aside of me. He's a guest of ours tonight because they're a big sponsor of Wildcat Sports on WCTV. He's pointing to Allard that he's wide open and uncovered, and he wasn't the only one to see it. So I'm glad that we saw that. So thanks for the call, Big Don.
You know, a lot of the problem the Wildcats seemed to have last year is they were going east to west, not as much north to south, and Allard turns it up north right there to get a big gain there.
Very, very true. That's a great point, Braden.
Holleran calls signal, takes the snap. It's going to be a run with Holleran. Holleran cuts up the outside. Holleran makes a man miss. He's going to gain about 5 yards there. Good run by Mark Holleran, just downhill running north-south. It's what we need.
This is Wildcat Football 2025. They're running the clock, keeping the ball away from the other team's offense, and just consistently grinding out yardage, whether it's Holleran, whether it's Bellaby, whether it's Lambert, just a complete domination of their running game.
Only 2 minutes left to go in this first quarter as the Wildcats have seemed to be eating up the majority of the clock, like you just said, Jim. You got to wonder how they're going to respond on the field going forward with this play in the red zone. I'm not quite familiar with what they do in the red zone often.
They don't change much up.
All right, handoff, and there is a flag down on the field. I believe I saw Gus Lambert running off the field after having a conversation with the ref, but it's going to be a false start on Wilmington.
He was running off the field. And just like 5 minutes ago, I did make the mention. You want to try to avoid penalties, especially want to avoid penalties in the red zone, which brings a second down and long for them. Turnovers, penalties will kill you every day.
Seems with the new coach, the Wildcats have a new life. They've spark some life back into the Wildcats, who were pretty lifeless last year.
And they're very, I will say they're very disciplined. It's a very, very well-disciplined football team. Coach Cav has done a great job in instituting weightlifting and training and discipline and focus. It's been great.
Holleran receives the snap. It's going to be another run with Holleran. Holleran more up the middle this time as he keeps trucking forward. That's going to be a 3rd down and 1 there for the Wildcats. Great game by Holleran, running right up the middle, not afraid of the contact, and gaining substantial yards there.
Again, him being an additional running back in the backfield really adds, it just creates a whole other dimension of the offense, and he's done a really good job. He reads that hole very well. And like I said, now they got 3rd and 3rd and 3, so they have 2 plays to get the 1st down or punch it in. And we're going to almost be done with the 1st quarter.
Minute 15 here left to go in the 1st quarter as the Wildcats go with the split back formation. Joey Cavanaugh, the lone receiver. Holleran takes the snap, handoff to Gus Lambert. Gus Lambert fires through the middle as he gains a 1st down. Set the Wildcats up with a very manageable 1st down and goal.
5-yard line.
Because they've now gone left like 3 or 4 plays in a row. To a little soften up the left side of the belly of the beast there. Wouldn't be shocked if they do something here coming to the right. Either a nice little pass to Denali coming to the right corner, or Cam Pereira more of a post route out of his spot. Let's see where they line them up, Braden.
Josue Rivera, the center, first to run to the ball every play.
Shout out to Josue, new 1st-year starter, doing a great job.
Proved himself in that Essex game last year and has not lost the job since. Bellavie on the handoff, brought down in the backfield. And you got to find a way to neutralize the Arlington Catholic defensive line, as on some of these plays they're having no problem getting into the backfield.
That's important. It's extremely important here. I think we're going to run out of the quarter here, but it's extremely important here because you're letting the linebackers fill gaps, and once the linebackers fill gaps, there's nowhere for Bellevue or Lambert to go. I wouldn't be surprised if we end the quarter. We'll come back after the quarter with this, Braden.
And that is it for the 1st quarter of coverage here from WCTV at Alumni Stadium in Wilmington, Massachusetts. The score is tied at 0-0, or 0-0 as they say in England. We will be back with you after this short break. Welcome back, folks. We're set for the start of the 2nd quarter here at Wilmington High School. The action is just heating up as the Wildcats are inside the 10-yard line. Pereira in motion, but there is a flag on the play. I believe a false start there by the Wildcats. Not the way to start off the 2nd quarter with position this close.
Yeah, again, that's two false starts in the red zone in the last 5 minutes or 2 minutes. And you don't want to be pushed back, but again, you still have 2 plays. 3 plays, right? I can't even add any more, Braden. Still have 3 plays to punch it in. So, again, like I said, I would love to see them then find Pasquale wide open somewhere in the end zone.
I wouldn't doubt it. Maybe have him run a route over the middle, just get the ball in his hands. I don't think it's coming out as Holleran enters the huddle here.
And he does have 2 touchdowns in both games. Pasquale.
Looking to keep that streak going tonight, I'm sure of it. As Holleran with the 2 receivers to his right, as well as Gus Lambert. Lambert in motion. Holleran takes the snap, handoff to Pereira. Pereira's going to go to the end zone untouched for a big touchdown for the Wildcats. Cam Pereira on a play beautifully drawn up by head coach Joe Cavanaugh. No one touched him on his way to the end zone. Phenomenal play by the Wildcats, making that score 6-0.
Yeah, the defensive line and linebackers bit on the motion to the left, and then Pereira had a wide open lane into the right. Handled the ball, ran in a touchdown. That's his 3rd touchdown now in the last 2 games as well.
Pereira on fire these last couple weeks, Jim.
And he gets to kick the extra point as well.
Looking to make it 7-0 for the Wildcats. Colin Allard on the hold. Matten on the long snap. Snap is good, hold is down, and the ball is through the uprights, making the score 7-0 here at Alumni Stadium.
Is good.
Your Wilmington Wildcats in the lead with 11 minutes and 50 seconds left. I'm sorry, Jim. I don't know why I'm thinking of money right now.
I'm thinking of money because that play was money, baby.
Of course.
And that's what you were thinking of. That play has worked like 3 straight times now. They've run it inside the 10-yard line. But again, it's important. Control the line of scrimmage, eat the clock, force them to have to go quick when they were playing defense. And it's just been Coach Cav has really, it's been the motto all these first 3 games. It's just they've controlled clock, they've run clock, and they just keep pounding and pounding and pounding. And eventually, they ran a little counter sweep there with Pereira, and it's wide open, so it's really good.
Well, you know, Jim, it's got to be hard entering the red zone, being on defense against the Wildcats, knowing how good Aiden Bellavie and Gus Lambert are. You think the ball's going to them, but when they hand it to a receiver, you have no clue what's going on.
That is correct.
Colin Allard takes his steps here as he looks to kick the ball off of the Wildcats. And a squib kick fielded by number 24, Brady Cassidy, as he looks to have been tripped up there. Couldn't exactly see who was in on the tackle.
That might have been the turf monster tripping him up.
That's what I thought as well.
I didn't see a Wilmington play around him.
Looked like 44 Glazier fell on him after the play, but
not sure I understand the squib kick unless Colin Allard, unless he just made a mistake. It looks like he just didn't like his kick. I don't think that was a squib kick on purpose.
He doesn't look super happy with the result of that kick.
Yeah,
as he throws his gloves to the sideline. He needs those.
Give him first down at the 35 is not the ideal place you want them to start their offense.
Rosento with trips to the right, the lone receiver out to the left, as well as the running back to his right. Possibly looking to open up this with a close pass. As number 2 goes in motion and they make it doubles. Rosento, call signal, takes the snap, looks down the field, fires. The ball is caught, but he is brought down by Max Bagtaz there and on the tackle.
That was an interesting play call because he threw to the outside receiver, not the inside receiver. And everybody was expecting him to go to the inside receiver. Nice pitch and throw there. And pitch and catch there for Arlington Catholic to pick up another first down.
Rosento still trying to get his feet wet in the passing game after a few incompletions in the first quarter. Doubles again with the running back to the right. As he takes a snap, looks downfield, steps up in the pocket, and he takes off. And he is pushed out of bounds. Timmy Watson posing a threat there. Going to be second down and a medium distance. About 4 yards left to go for the Cougars there.
He did a better job with seeing what he had. We had very poor contained by our defensive line. That's something they'll have to look at film. They do not want that to happen where he drop back to pass. Somebody loses their lane and he sneaks through the lane and gets himself outside. Should never be able to get the edge.
You know what they say, Jim, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, as the Cougars come out in the same formation for the 3rd straight play. Rosento to take the snap. Handoff, fakes the handoff. Rosento keeps the ball, but is brought down by a swarm of Wildcat players. Looks to be Timmy Watson in on there on the tackle.
Much better coverage on the by the defensive line to open up the lanes for the Timmy Watson and Gus Lambert. Hey, Braden, were you a senior the year they had the quarterback that ran for 2 touchdowns against us down in Medford for like 85 and 75?
I was a junior that year,
You were a
Jim.
junior. Boy, that was a tough loss.
He was a pretty good quarterback. He plays down at Bentley now.
Oh, he does play at Bentley. He was good. He hit the edge twice, and I forget who was our edge guy that year, but it just got smoked twice. And I
believe that was Peter LeBlanc.
Okay. It's a tough game. That's game opening game of the season, too.
Yeah. Trips to the right there for the Cougars. Running back to the right as well. Rosento takes the snap as he sprints out to his right. Looks to fire. There's nobody open, and Rosento will take it. spins out of Timmy Watson, and then but not escaping Theodore Bryson with the spin move as Theodore brings him down.
Needle carries for
the missed tackle costs them first down, but good cleanup by Theo Bryson there, number 24. Theo's going to be a two-sport junior captain this year. He'll be a captain of the wrestling team, which you're very fond of and familiar with, and he'll be a captain of the baseball team, which I am the assistant coach on. So Theo, a really good junior, dynamic junior athlete and leader.
Very young leader, Jim. I knew he was going to be a captain the first day he stepped on the mat as a freshman.
Okay.
Even though I beat him up. Great tackle there by him as well, staying lateral with his hips, not committing too far forward. They're going to go doubles here on this play. Rosento takes the snap, handoff up the middle, and he is brought down there by number 51, Timmy Watson.
Oh, there's going to be a flag on either. That's Bagtaz 6 deep. I don't know what he did. It's either going to be Bagtaz or we'll see. That's a really good play there. Again, if our line can hold up and can just get that little bit of push against their defensive line, it gives Watson and Lambert and Theo, and I'm not sure who's on the other outside here.
It's going to be on the Cougars there.
Penalty is unsportsmanlike conduct against Arlington Catholic.
Maybe Max Bagtaz was hit late after the play.
Yeah, he must have been, because it was that was the official that threw it.
Speaking of Max Bagtaz now has a sister on the cheer team, Molly Bagtaz. I promised their mom I would shout both of them out.
All right.
15-yard penalty.
Well, if you're going to shout out Max and Molly, don't we have to shout out Spencer?
We do have to shout out Spencer.
I got to shout out my buddy Spencer Bagtaz. He's swimming up, I think, is he up in Maine?
Eastern Connecticut.
He went down there, okay.
Yeah, he went to Eastern Connecticut University.
Great kid, really nice kid, good swimmer.
Definitely missing him in the band as well.
Were you in the band? No, you played football. You were in the band.
I was not in the band, Jim. I have about as much
as I do
instrumental talent as a piece of cardboard, Jim.
So like they say, the only thing that you can play is the radio, right?
No, exactly.
That's what they say about me, too. Two pieces. What are they doing here?
I'm a little confused now because the penalty was originally on Arlington Catholic. Maybe they declined the penalty.
No, that has to be. He made the mistake by Mr. Maloney up here. Yo. Hey.
The penalty was on Wilmington.
Still a little confused on.
I think it was on Bagtaz. Bagtaz probably got a little jiggity with him there after the play. Again, this is now an important next couple plays here. Cats have to really reestablish the physicalness that they were playing with early. It looks like Arlington Catholic has seen something where they're moving their quarterback around, and the quarterback making reads where to throw a pass, more like not an RPO, but just let the quarterback make a decision whether he's got a running lane or not.
All right, Rosento takes the snap, looks downfield, and there's nobody open. He throws it on the run over the head of number 11 there, Jordan Lane, the intended target. Good throw by Rosento. Lane just stopped running.
Lane, again, you're right. It looked like Lane gave up on the play a little bit early, and then Rosento got open and got through the initial pressure. He threw it up there. It was a little long, so it's hard to. I'm not going to blame either player. It's a tough play to make. As quarterback running to his right, trying to throw deep into that corner. But that play, he was wide open.
Rosento definitely showing improvement this second quarter after a less than ideal first quarter there for him. But to no avail there on that play.
But Arlington Catholic's got to be thinking right now. They got 3 plays to make 10 yards. So they're not going to be in any rush. They're not going to have to get big chunk play here. But now knowing you have 3 plays to get to 10 yards.
Rosento fakes the quick pass as they were going to try and throw it up, but Luke Cushing there on the sack.
Sacked on the play by number 50.
Luke Cushing swims through the line flawlessly, wraps up and brings him right down.
Luke, a senior captain, you're right, with a great play. But, that play is all made because there was nowhere for him to go, meaning I'm going to look at who's out here. Cam Pereira is out on the edge. Cam Pereira maintained the edge and didn't have Rosento had nowhere to go, so he had to run into Luke. Great play all around defensively to move him back 5 yards.
So quote Bill Belichick here, do your job, as Cam Pereira did just that, allowing Luke Cushing to break through the line and make that tackle. Shows what happens when everybody on the field does what they need to do. Rosento takes the snap, fires the quick out to number 2 as he's brought down by Jacob McCauley and Max Bagtaz. Sean Connolly there on the reception, but not much good that'll do, as it only gives them a fourth down and long, excuse me.
That was a really good play by Jacob McCauley out on the edge. The guy was over the pass. He made it now a 4th down and 8. If he doesn't make that play and keep him in front of him, he could have a 4th and 5, 4th and 4. But Jacob McCauley was a really good play, good tackle. He's a little lean to be playing the outside linebacker position, but that was a really nice play by Jacob.
You know, and even though he couldn't bring him down all on his own, he slowed him down just enough to the point where Max Bagtaz came in and finished the job. Rosento on the 4th down takes the snap, and there's a flag on the field. It's going to be a false start on Arlington Catholic, sending them back for a much less manageable 4th down and long. Arlington Catholic really shooting themselves in the foot there, Jim.
That's the understatement of the decade there. This has not been – they had the 1st down and 10 5 plays ago now, and they're only going backwards. You'd like to keep them behind the chains. Now, again, if you're Arlington Catholic here, if this kid could throw the ball long, try to flood a zone somewhere because you're still playing a 3 deep or a cover 3 with CO over here closest to us as just an outside backer. But I don't think Rosento has the arm to get this throw to go 35 yards.
I don't think so either, Jim. Rosento missed a quick curl there earlier.
Yes.
All right, they're going to keep that formation. 4th down and 13. Rosento takes the snap, looks down the field, pressured. Rosento to the outside is pressured as he throws it over the line, but it is caught in the end zone. He threw that over the line of scrimmage. I'm a little confused.
It did look like he was over the line. It's a shame we don't have our replay machine working.
For a touchdown.
Great ball by Rosento, nevertheless.
Like I said in the commentary right before that play, they got to throw the ball into the end zone, and he did. It was really, you know what? That was a great athletic play by the receiver. I didn't get the number. What was the number, Braden?
I could not tell you, Jim. I could barely see from up here.
Yeah. So that was a great catch. He made a nice play. Let's see if they go for 2 here.
Showing some athleticism there.
The one thing you didn't want to happen right there was them to throw a 32-yard touchdown pass with 4th down and 13. But again, a little miscommunication probably. He could have been over the line of scrimmage. He couldn't. He seems to be scrambling. The minute he feels pressure, he scrambles. I'll let you go with the call, Braden.
All right, Rosento with the loaded backfield. Takes it, handoff, as the running back tries to cut it to the outside, but is brought down. Pat DeLucio just holding on as Aiden Bellavie, Theo Bryson, and Max Bagtaz come in to finish the job there.
Excellent defense of that 2-point conversion. I would imagine that Arlington Catholic does not have a kicker who can kick the extra point, so we would see them go for 2. After a great touchdown pass, they had to score. They're now still trailing 7-6. See if the Cats can churn the clock here, score late, and get the ball to start the second half.
You know, if they can just eat up enough clock and score and come back right on the next drive and do it, Jim. It sets up a very manageable rest of the game for them.
Yeah, you really need to be efficient with your offense here, and they have been. They've only had 1 drive. I mean, that's just the 3rd drive of the football game here. We're almost halfway through the quarter. So it's a lot of running plays, a couple penalties early, try to avoid those.
Eating up a lot of time, Jim.
Yes. That's because I have a dinner reservation for 8 o'clock.
Where are you going tonight, Jim?
I'm kidding. I'm going home to watch the end of the Sox game, so I'm going to do.
They got 3 returners out there?
Yeah, it looks like they got Gray. Is that Lambert?
Gray, Lambert far back, and Allard on the far side of your screen.
And Bellavie's short. Interesting. Bellavie and we've got...
they look to have much more of a hands team out there.
Yes. And they're anticipating a shorter kick.
As Connolly looks to do the kicking honors, kicks the ball off right to Cam Gray. Cam Gray fields it at the 18, cuts up the field. Cam Gray makes a man miss. Cam Gray down the sideline. Cam Gray cuts it back up the middle. Cam Gray brings it into Cougar territory. Cam Gray makes a man miss, and he has 1 man to beat the 20, 15, 10, 5, end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats! Phenomenal ball movement by Cam Gray there, showing his shifty ability as he gets into the end zone for a huge touchdown for the Wildcats, Jim.
That thing he went about 75 yards with it. I think he picked up at the 20. That was a great run. He went north-south early. The minute he saw contact, he saw people here about the 50. He cut it across the middle, then went north-south again. Great run back, Cam Gray. unbelievable play after the touchdown. I guess we don't need the long drive to eat clock. Now we just need to stop him with another long drive. That I can tell you, so I haven't seen a long kickoff return like that in a long time. Great job by Cam Gray, senior Cam Gray. That must be why they had 3 backs, 3 guys deep. They must be anticipating that long kickoff return for Cam.
A little bit of miscommunication there with Noah Matten just getting the ball in his hands, but I just can't stop thinking about that kick return, Jim. Phenomenal play. Never stopped running. He weaved his way through a little bit of trouble here right in front of us at the 50, and I love the cut to the right to get open, and instead of keeping going right, he at about the hash marks up the field. And the kick is up and good, which will make the score 14-6 for the Wildcats.
With 6:09 remaining in the half. Wilmington.
You know, earlier I was questioning the 3 return, and I was kind of thinking what was going on with that, but clearly Coach Kavanaugh knows something that I don't, as Cam Gray breaks a big one for a touchdown.
Good answer. 1 touchdown. Now it's important for the defense to make a stop here and see if we get the ball back in our offensive hands. Again, we talk about it, and I always harp on this. Special teams, penalties, turnovers. Don't turn it over. Limit your penalties. Win the special teams battle. And they obviously now, because they stopped the 2-point conversion, they had the 75-yard touchdown run for Cam Gray, they are winning the special teams battle as well. So I got to eliminate some of these weird, stupid penalties they've been picking up. But, again, really good job.
The Wildcats could just manage to win all 3 phases of the game for the rest of it. There's going to be no problems. 6:09 here left to go in the first half at Alumni Stadium in Wilmington, Massachusetts. Phenomenal game so far. Both teams showing a little bit of spark, but Wilmington carrying all the momentum as of now. Colin Allard taking his steps as he looks to kick the ball off downfield. Approaches the ball, and it's a squib kick right to the right hash mark. He breaks it to the outside, but he's brought down by number 11, J.R. Haggerty, in on the tackle there.
J.R., a pitcher, first baseman for our baseball team as well. Nice play by J.R. on special teams. Again, short kick. They get good field position here as well. Again, I think that's one of the areas of the game, the kickoff, where we'll need to see improvement as we go into Middlesex League play and hopefully as we hit into the playoffs. Because you can't kick the ball deep, and you're going to give people an opportunity to start over the 30-yard line, in which they're on the 37. This is something they're going to really have to focus on and improve upon.
Clifford Clairvaux there on the return for the Cougars showed a little bit of speed there, just not much he could do when he was swarmed by the entire Wildcats roster there.
But again, Coach well on special teams, they go north-south. They don't go east-west. He ran right up the hash mark. He didn't even deviate a yard. He got on that hash mark and went straight up the hash mark.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Jim, as the Cougars go trips to the left with Gonzalez to the left of the quarterback. Takes the snap, handoff up the middle, but he is brought down by number 22, Gus Lambert, having himself a day on the defensive side of the ball, Jim.
Yeah, again, that's where your defensive line is holding up the interior line and offensive line of Arlington Catholic, and it frees up everything for our linebackers. Timmy Watson, Gus Lambert, and over here's also we've got Theo Bryson. I can't see who's over on the far right there.
I believe Jacob McCauley.
McCauley, number 7. Oh, yeah, it is 7. It looked like a 1 to me. Thank you, Brady.
Now they're giving Cam Gray a break after that kick return. They're going to go trips to the left here again. Racinto to take the snap. Handoff up the middle to Gonzalez again, but he's brought down. Theodore Bryson finishes the job there, but number 58, Gabe Borges, wraps up.
Well, like again, if your linebackers who are the ones who should be making the tackles, I do know that against Saugus, Colin Allard might have been the leading tackler out of the safety, the cornerback position, and that means that you're at least getting your secondary line of defense is making all the tackles, which is where all your big players are as well. So the defensive line, which doesn't get a lot of props anyway, is doing a great job in maintaining the line of scrimmage.
Gabe Borges making that tackle, had himself a heck of a run last week with the football. As Racinto looks to take the snap, looks, and he is almost sacked in the backfield. Somebody again misses, but Gus Lambert brings him down for a loss.
I know it was Borges who missed him. He's not happy with himself. Again, if you're playing defense like this, you're going to be effective, and you're gonna make this kid is not ready. He steps up in the pocket really quick. So if you can keep forcing him to step in the pocket and have somebody spotting him so he's not getting free to throw those passes at the line of scrimmage, I think that's the adjustment they're going to make or they have made.
They're going to bring the punt team in here as Jacinto exits the field.
Yeah, you got to punt here, Brady. They're on the 40. You're down by a touchdown. You're going to try to hold our offense. It's Cam Gray, though. Let's see if we get a punt return and a kickoff return the same game. Boy, he will be unsufferable, though, in school next week if he does that. One of my buddies, Cam Gray.
Oh, and a bad snap there by Connolly recovers. Kicks right to Cam Gray. Cam Gray stumbles on the recovery. And he cuts up the right side of the field. Oh, my God, and Cam Gray gets down the field. But it is
coming back. This kid got hit by. This kid got drilled in the back.
Cougar territory.
They're going to call that one back.
It's going to be a block in the back on the Wildcats.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. So a nice little 30, 25-yard. Cam Gray is electric right now. And did they pick it up? Oh, everybody's just standing around. Looks like they're going to spot the ball here.
No, the ball is.
No, they're going to bring it back. Okay. Yeah, it looked like it was one of those touchy ones. I think. Looked like he hit him in the shoulder, but again, the ref can see it from a different perspective than we can. But again, it's another big penalty where you're giving up the yardage that you had picked up. I also want to shout out the coaching staff to my good friend Jerry Sullivan, defensive coordinator. If you can see him, he's in the white shirt with the white hair like I have. I've known Jerry for about 23, 24 years now. Great guy, good football coach. I think he's related somehow to Coach Cav, a great hire to have him on board. Coach Cav is maybe one of the smarter guys I know to bring Jerry on board. That's great.
I'm also seeing Brett Ebert on the coaching staff, one of your baseball guys.
Yeah, he is down there. Brett's helping on with the freshman team as well. So I like the white shirts, though. You can tell who the coaches are.
Coaching staff, for a lack of better words, looks a lot more organized than last year.
Yes, we won't comment on that. Try to be positive here. I'll try to be as positive as I can.
Holleran takes the snap, hands off to Bellevue. Bellevue hits the hole hard, makes a man miss, but not before he's brought down. Number 20 there on the tackle. Sam Matthews, the captain for the Cougars, wraps up Bellevue, brings him down for a short gain.
The other thing I do need to bring to everyone's attention, shout out to our cheerleading team who were state champions last winter in cheer, so they won a state championship. They had a good group of girls there and did a great job winning a state title, looking to repeat. They won that one in the winter season. Hopefully they can bring one home in the fall season.
Big congratulations to Wilmington High School cheer. Kavanaugh and Gray to the far side of the screen, but there's going to be a timeout called, I believe, by Wilmington.
This will be an interesting call. They're in a spot where you don't want to give them the ball back, and you just want to keep on chunking yards. But they have, I think, they're playing almost everybody really up because they are anticipating the run. This would be a nice opportunity, I think, to see if you can get Pasquale, my friend Pasquale, involved in one of the plays, number 18, or even Camp Pereira. But it would behoove our friends from Arlington Catholic because they're really stacking up the box here. Try to get behind the linebacker and see if we get a big play.
You got to think Kavanaugh does want to open up the passing game so they don't look like a one-trick pony going into the second half, Jim.
Yeah, but you don't want to, this is weird. Why show Burlington and Melrose and Wakefield and Stoneham and Watertown something they don't need to see yet if you're going to throw the ball?
Can't say I disagree with you.
You know what's funny is the coach from, the basketball coach from Burlington actually was watching my basketball broadcast. He talked to me after one of the games. So I got to be careful. We got to be careful what we say. Don't let the tricks of the trade out.
Holleran with Pereira in motion. Hands off to Pereira. Pereira gets outside.
There you go.
Man missing. Pereira cuts up the field. Stiff arms number 20, who was in on the tackle. Sam Matthews goes down like a sack of potatoes as Cam Pereira simply throws him there.
Great run by Pereira. Again, hits the hole, gets open, runs north-south. You really like to see that. They have no answer right now for number 3. They have absolutely no answer for him.
And again, Jim, we've been preaching it north-south, north-south, north-south. But that's something the Wildcats really struggled with last year, sticking to their holes, and all of a sudden they're doing it perfectly.
Here we go. We got, we under 2 after this play.
Bellevue with the Harry as he spins out of a tackle to gain a few more yards. Sets up a very manageable second down and 5. As we are approaching the 2-minute mark here, 2 minutes left in the half. You got to wonder if they're going to try and put another touchdown on the board real quick.
Yeah, I like that run. I like the way Bellevue's been running this year. That was just power running outside the tackle box, controlled play. They do a good job. Like I said, we'll have to give a shout out to our offensive linemen at some point because they've done a really nice job.
Holleran on the play action. Looks, fires it deep to Pereira, and Pereira, and the ball is deflected. Very good ball by Mark Holleran.
Yeah, and again, threw it to Pereira and 3 Arlington Catholic defenders. But again, I like to see that. They're going to have to show that at some point that they can do that, or people are going to, or bigger teams that we're going to play in the Middlesex League are going to stack the box and make Mark beat us.
Mark having a very productive offseason, winning the M2 QB showdown in his division, which is a very, very prestigious quarterback academy here in Massachusetts, coaching quarterbacks all the way up to the D1 level.
He also has gotten bigger and stronger too, which is really going to aid him. I mean, it really aids him in the running part of the game. Now we just have to get that arm in coordination with how he can run the football. He'll be a dynamic quarterback.
Kavanaugh and Allard out here, but it looks like one of the Wildcats got excited and jumped a little early.
Just a quick question. Do you see, is 51 out there on the offensive line? It looks like Gabe Borges is replaced. Is Timmy Watson out there? 'Cause I think that would be Timmy's spot. I don't see him. I know he had a little bit of he was a little sore this morning.
No, I do not see Timmy Watson out there.
I'm sure they've been just playing him on defense. I'm just looking down here on the field of play. Yeah,
Yeah, I see Timmy Watson on the sideline.
Yeah, okay. So that looked like it was Borges. Gabe must have moved in, and Nikhil is Pancaril is playing the outside with him.
Strong O-line here, led by Matt and Josue Rivera.
Matt and Josue, Valise. Don't forget Adam Valise. Really
Adam Valise
great
in there as well.
Leaps and bounds improvement for Adam this year as well.
Holleran takes the snap, drops back, looks, steps up in the pocket as he throws a missile down the field to Pereira. Through his hands. Beautiful ball by Mark Holleran.
That was great.
Cam Pereira just could not come down with the ball.
I thought number 1 tipped that a little bit. No, we can't really see from here, but when I watch the replay, I'm going to see if he tipped that. It looked like he might have tipped that. So 4th down, they'll punt, 1:23 to play. I'm assuming Allard will punt. I like that play, though, Brandon. You're up 8, going to get the balls at the beginning of the second half. I like them trying to go deep twice in that series. And he was open there. The defensive player made a pretty good play. Mark made a really good throw. So this is an important punt.
Showing Arlington Catholic that they got to be worried about the passing game, too.
Correct.
And it's not all just the run.
Like I said, they have no answer, Cam Pereira. No answer for number 3, Cam Pereira. He's been dominant this whole first half.
Allard to take the snap here. That punt's high, not too far, just breaks the 40-yard line. He's wrapped up by Cam Gray in on the tackle. Cam Gray getting low there.
Yeah, they were right down on that play. So was Cam Gray, Patty, and I can't see who the other. Good. Again, that's what I like to say. A good little high punt, good coverage. Now they've got to go 65 yards if they want to score here, and I just unless we make a mistake,
10 seconds to do it.
Unless we make a mistake.
This game has been a lot of when the Wildcats are playing good, they're playing good, but when they are making mistakes, it is costly. Twin receivers to each side for Rosento, running back to the left as they start on the 34-yard line. Rosento takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He looks to keep it. He goes to the outside and is brought down by Cam Pereira.
Let's see if coach calls timeout here. If they're going to run the football. I guess he's just going to let it run out here. Because again, I can't see them putting the ball in the air with 50 seconds left, down 8, this far away from their end zone. But again, high school coaches sometimes can confuse you.
Colin Dwyer entering the game at end. Bit undersized for the position, but he's played it well these past couple of weeks. Quick pass, it's the first down. Good ball by Rosento.
It's going to be a late hit, too.
Going to give them even better field position after just a silly mistake by the Wildcats.
Resenito's pass is complete to number 3, Jimmy Rogers, which is good for a first down. Additionally, there is a flag on the play.
Is that 16 or 18? 18, DeLucia. They're going to get that. That's not what you want. I mean, 30 seconds left. Now they can if they move it up 15 yards, they can huck it into the end zone 2 or 3 times. So again, the penalties are really hurting the Cats right now. I mean, the discipline that they showed in the first quarter, they seem to have lost a little bit. So it's a very important last 31 seconds to see if they can just clean it up a little bit more.
There's a timeout.
Penalty was unnecessary roughness, which is a 15-yard penalty. It'll be 1st and 10, Arlington Catholic from the 35-yard line of the Wildcats.
While we have some time, too, shout out to our PA announcer, Mike Maloney. His golf team is just about 2 or 3 wins away from making the tournament for the first time since 2017. He's done a great job getting that program going forward, and they just absolutely destroyed Watertown the other day. So I think that puts them at 4 and 3, so they get to 6. I think 6 gets them into the tournament. So
big congratulations to the Wilmington High School boys golf team.
Shout out to that. I know the girls soccer team won today as well.
Great day for Wilmington sports.
So far, so good. Just want to close it out here. Stop them here. We'll be great shape.
As Rosento takes the snap, looks down the field, quick pass to number 8, caught but is wrapped up by Max Bagtas. Jordan Nash, really good with these quick pitch and catches with Rosento. But Jim, I did want to ask you, you are in the school as a teacher and last year with a losing team. Is there any difference in the atmosphere without the entire school with a losing team versus the winning team?
I think definitely, and you can see it with the crowd. The student section is packed here. We had a great crowd tonight. And this is Arlington Catholic, so I don't know how well they travel. The kids are a little upbeat. I don't think it's really hit that we're going to be 3-0. But I'm really impressed with our student section and their whiteout. There's a hop to the step of all the football players, which is great to see. This is not good to see.
Rosento, quick pass, but he is drilled by Max Bagtas. Bagtas getting really aggressive and making a good hit there.
And he didn't get out of bounds either. They're going to run the clock till they'll run the clock when they get set up. I wouldn't be shocked if the coach calls a timeout here, because this is going to run down the clock. This is
surely going to be the last play of the half. I tell all the Wildcats to drop back as Theo Bryson does just that. Rosento avoids the sack, but brought down by Gabe Borges.
Again, that's a really nice play, and he's getting up really slow as well.
Short gain on the play.
That'll do it for the half. All you, Brady.
Thank you, WCTV, for great coverage of the first half of Wildcat football. We will be back with you after a short break momentarily.
13, Arlington Catholic 6. Senior drum major Olivia Saragosa, followed by Bruno Mars' Runaway Baby, conducted by junior drum major Liz Kulovich. And finally, the band will conclude with Blinding Lights by The Weeknd, conducted again by senior drum major Olivia Saragosa. Let's hear it again for the best band in the land, the Wildcat Marching Band.
Booth at some point
I'm
this year.
hoping, yes, 100%. I can't wait. I haven't been back on the Wilmington field in a while. And the coaching staff were pretty much on my staff when we were coaching together. So, yeah, I'm shooting for. I was going to try the Tech this Friday. I'm not positive about that, but I would like to be at the first Wilmington home.
That'd be awesome.
That's where I think I'm going to go.
Again, it's a red ticket, 6.
Okay, welcome back to the halftime. I am pleased to have in the booth with me. He's been here marrying us as well. Don Kenny from CMS Plumbing and Heating. Don, welcome to the booth.
Thank you.
First of all, how did you get involved with sponsoring? CMS is a sponsor of Wildcat Sports on WCTV. How did you guys get involved with the sponsorship?
Well, our business is family owned. We're in Wilmington. We always want to give back to the community as many chances as we can. This is just a great chance for us to give back. I was in football for a really long time in Wilmington. Pretty much everybody that's with CMS still lives in Wilmington, still family owned. Me and my brother-in-law run the company.
That's Dave Mulick, right?
Dave.
Yep.
Dave is my brother-in-law. Yep, he's the man that runs behind the wheels and everything that goes on with the company.
So what is CMS? What just give us a real quick elevator
So
pitch
we
CMS.
do pretty much soup to nuts, any plumbing, heating, air conditioning, service, install, repair, questions. We have a great website to go on there, and you could ask questions. We get them answered for you, but pretty much all plumbing, heating, and air conditioning.
Now I can speak personally about CMS because I had CMS install my heat pumps and my heat pumps and mini splits throughout my house. We did that just after the pandemic ended, about 2000. So shout out to both to the people there who did a great job. And listen, I will always speak highly of what they did. The service is great. So Don, thanks very much. Another thing I know, Don was a basketball coach.
Yep.
In the rec basketball with the year ahead of myself. With basketball, so he coached basketball. But I know there's something unique about tonight too that you coach. You coach Pop Warner, and you were telling me something before the game. What's so unique here about the Pop Warner stuff?
I just Rich DeLucia, who was actually one of the coaches here, actually gave me my first head coaching job and coaching job. Pretty much 80% of that staff has either coached with me or I've coached with them over the years. Just love coaching the kids. I love coaching the basketball. I love coaching football. It's my number one love. My son graduated here in 17. He played soccer. But other than that, we just love to give back. Just the shout out maybe for everybody for tomorrow about Fall Fest.
Yeah.
That looks like it's going to be a great event and great weather tomorrow. And just a shout out for the end, my wife will be running our 4th annual community circle where anybody in Wilmington that calls for a service call, it doesn't matter, Wilmington resident, we will donate $25 to one of the 4 charities in Wilmington you get to choose on our behalf.
That's awesome. That's great to hear. Again, we really appreciate you sponsoring WCTV Sports. Don Kenny, thank you for coming in. We might get to hear from Don later on in the season.
Yeah, you might hear me in the booth.
And might invite you back because I'm going to have to miss a game. So we're going to come back with second half action right after this.
Thank you.
Cam Gray on the return here. Cam Gray makes a man miss. Cam Gray with a one-man to beat. Max Bagtaz with a good block. The 15, 10, 5, touchdown Wildcats. Cam Gray with his second kick return touchdown of the game. Phenomenal play by the Wildcats. How often do you see that happen in any level of football? 2 kick return touchdowns in one game. Pretty insane. Cam Gray definitely setting some sort of Wilmington High School record as the Wildcats bring the score from 14-6 to 20-6 with Cam Pereira looking to kick the extra point to make it 21-6. I was not with you guys when the second half started, so I should say welcome back to the action here at Wilmington High School as we kick off the second half of football, but there was a quick touchdown. Snapped by Matt and Allard on the hold, and the ball is up, and it is through, which makes the score 21-6 Wildcats. You know, Cam Gray really getting loose there on that touchdown, and you know, if he gets out there, he's a fast kid. He's very shifty. There's not much you can do to stop him. Wildcats look to kick the ball off here. Number 13, senior captain Colin Allard will be doing the honors. Quick substitution in here for Jim Boyle as well. We have Don joining us in the booth, here to do the color commentary for the second half of football. You know, the Wildcats coming out firing on all cylinders here. Allard puts the tee down as he goes to place the ball down. Ready for an intense second half of Wildcat football here as the Wildcats look to put up the points, hopefully to get this game to a blowout. Allard approaches the ball. Big squib kick to the left side of the field. Oh, and it is fumbled by number 12. Number 12 being hawked down. Aiden Bellevue stays level, misses the tackle, but he is eventually brought down. Jacob McCauley getting low there, wrapping up. Beautiful tackle from Jacob McCauley, the senior. Little undersized, as Jim Boyle said earlier, to be playing linebacker, but he has no problem making that tackle on special teams as they are going to set up a 1st down and 10 for Arlington Catholic deep inside their own half. You got to think, if you're the Wildcats, what halftime adjustments did you make as they were having a little bit of trouble defending the pass in the second half?
Yeah, sometimes on that type of play right there, guys can get out of their lanes because the ball was fumbled, but they did good coverage there, actually.
They stuck to their assignments, did their job, and made the tackle, as they're actually going to be inside the 20-yard line. Very good field position here for the Wildcats. Aiden Bellevue still the one lone safety. Allard and Bagtaz are the corners. Bryson, Lambert, Timmy, and McCauley will be your safeties as Rosento drops back. Quick pass. He is in on the reception, but he is brought down quickly for a short gain. These short passes have been working really well in Arlington Catholic's favor. It's just a game of pitch and catch, and the Wildcats do need to do something to neutralize that, because enough of those will drive Arlington Catholic down the field.
Yeah, they're playing soft on the corners right now, probably not wanting to get beat deep, I'm guessing.
2nd down and 6.
I wouldn't even, I don't know, I don't think he has a phenomenal arm. He's barely made that 30-yard throw earlier. I don't understand why they're playing so deep. Rosento with twin receivers to each side. Takes the snap, fires it quickly, and that's good for a 1st down. Pushed out of bounds by Gus Lambert, but no avail there as Timmy Watson and Aiden Bellevue team up to make the tackle there. Arlington Catholic is driving down the field fast. You know, Nash having a pretty good second half there.
Yeah, it's even hard to blitz here because he's getting the ball out of his hand so fast that we don't have time.
McCauley coming off the field in favor of Cam Gray, who's had a phenomenal game. Looks to be entering the game at the cornerback position as Allard drops back to safety. And a jumbo formation, the snap handoff up the middle to no avail as he will be brought down in the backfield. Number 50, Luke Cushing, in there on the stop. Really good defense there by the Wildcats, staying poised with the new formation coming in that they haven't seen a whole bunch, if at all, this game. Wildcats making a phenomenal stop. But they're going to go trips to the left here with the lone receiver outright, Ricento, on 2nd down and 9. Call signal, takes the snap, drops back, quick pass, thrown a little high, but he is eventually brought down by Jacob McCauley. That ball was almost dropped. He tipped it in his hands, but he eventually does come down with the ball. Wildcats are playing a little far off the ball, and Arlington Catholic is knowing how to take advantage of that.
Most definitely. It's almost like the run game, except it's a quick pass game.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Noah Matten exits the field in favor of Gabe Borges. DeLucia and Pereira are still the ends, as they're going to go 2 receivers to each side, with the running back to the right of Ricento. Ricento takes the snap, looks, sees the quick out, doesn't decide to fire it as he steps up, but he is brought down in the backfield.
Good coverage downfield.
I believe he was brought down by number 18, Pat DeLucia there, as it sets it up 4th down and 9.
Brings up 4th down and 9.
Ricento exits the field as they look to bring their punt team in, and they're sending back Cam Gray, who has proven himself to be a monster in the return game. You got to wonder, is he going to break a punt on this one?
I'd be surprised if they even want to kick it to him at this point.
I do not disagree with that either. And the snap to Donley. Dwyer almost gets a hand on it. Kicked right to Gray. Gray takes the ball, cuts up to the right side. Oh my God, Cam Gray. And he is gone down the field. The 50, the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. And Cam Gray with his 3rd touchdown on special teams of the game. That has to be some sort of record for the Wildcats. Phenomenal run by Cam Gray, and they do not have an answer for him.
Outstanding wall on the blocks right there to spring them to the outside.
The Wildcats are winning the game on the special teams alone. If you take away their offensive touchdown from earlier, they're still winning this game. Cam Gray with a phenomenal play. He has great vision when it comes to seeing the lanes and knowing where he needs to run. He's quick, he's shifty. He's had himself a phenomenal game. There's not much more I can say about it.
No, I agree wholeheartedly with that.
Penalty after the play.
Yeah, I think it's a personal foul, pushing them in the end zone.
I do agree with that call. And the touchdown is going to stay. So Cam Gray with his 3rd touchdown of the game. The Boston Herald will be talking about this. This is an outstanding stat for any team in high school football. The Wildcat crowd hyped as they know who the player of the game is after this. It's a shock to see 1 kick return touchdown in a game, much less 2, and then a punt return touchdown, all by the same person. It has to be some of the most outstanding football I've seen.
Again for the extra point.
Pereira with the extra point. Allard takes his gloves off, as always, to hold. Oh, and Arlington Catholic jumps a little early.
I think it's a false start. I would know.
Yeah, it's going to be on Arlington Catholic.
Yep.
Oh, and it looks like Kavanaugh looked to send the offense out for a second, but he changed his mind. Oh, nope, he changed his mind again. The offense is going to enter the field. Mark Holleran enters the huddle. You know, the Wildcats, after not having a great season last year, doing phenomenally in this game as they go in a bit of a wing T formation. three running backs to the right. Holleran takes the snap and practically dances his way into the end zone. He wasn't even touched.
Yeah, they were unbalanced for that right side. They didn't even have enough guys on the line to block to help.
They had Bryson, I believe, in the backfield as a substitute running back, just paving the way there.
Every point counts. You never know.
And the Wildcats look to kick off the ball here with 7:56. The time is ticking away as this game has been pretty short so far. It hasn't taken up as much time as I thought it would. Not too much work on the offensive side of the ball today for either team. Arlington Catholic definitely holding possession for most of the game, but not much they can do because the Wildcats just keep stopping them. Allard takes his steps as he lines up for the kick. And the ball is booted downfield. Caught just about the 17-yard line as Arlington Catholic looks to take it up the middle, but he's brought down by Cam Pereira and Luke DeProfio in on the tackle there as well.
Good coverage.
Good coverage, just doing what they need to do, bringing the man down. Simple football, but it's working.
39-yard line.
7 minutes, 45 seconds left here to go in this third quarter of football.
Luke DeProfio on the stop. 1st and 10 for the Cougars.
You know, the Wildcats haven't started 3-0 in a long time. Two receivers to each side as Resento looks to take the snap. Receives the snap. Looks, quick pass, but is stuck by Bagtaz in on the tackle. Bagtaz and Gus both bringing him down as Bagtaz just gets low, wraps up and makes a tackle, but Donnelly looks to be injured on the field.
Gain of 3 on the play. Bagtaz again on the stop. It'll be 2nd down, 7.
Tom Nye, the trainer for Wilmington, out on the field as Arlington Catholic's trainer jogs down as well. Arlington Catholic taking a knee. Max Bagtaz doing exactly what he should have done there, getting really low and sticking Donnelly.
Hopefully it's just a cramp maybe.
We know it's a lower body injury. .7:25 left here to go in the third quarter. WCTV's live coverage been phenomenal all game. Shout out to Elijah, Nico, Matt, and Maria standing next to me in the booth.
Well, hopefully I can do a little bit more of this. I'm not quite sure.
Hopefully you're doing very well so far.
Yeah, I don't want to step on your toes, so
no,
I'm
you're doing great,
trying to say
man.
when I don't say so.
Speaking about WCTV, WCTV is powered by Critical Mass Solar, Austin Styffe Mortgage Loan Officer. WCTV Sports is powered by CMS Plumbing and Heating, Forrest Auto, Frangos, Knowledge Brokers Realty, McGovern Hyundai on Route 93, Red Heat Tavern, Rocco's Bar and Restaurant, Sarkisian Apparel, and Wilmington Ace Hardware. Under the Lights, WCTV's premier football coverage is sponsored by Atlantic Behavioral Health, Burton's Grill and Bar, Dandy's Ice Cream, Dispersio Construction, Wilmington Knights of Columbus, Mayflower, and the Tewksbury and Wilmington Elks. Donnelly's slow to get up, but he is making his way to the sideline.
Yeah, I think it was a left calf. Might have.
It's a lower body injury for sure. Everybody here at WCTV wishes him the best of luck in recovering. as that's something you never want to see happen. All right, well, it's 2nd down and 7 for the Cougars as they look to enter Wildcat territory. Rosento takes the snap. Quick throw out to number 11, caught, and he gains the first down, but was brought down by Theodore Bryson and Cam Gray.
I mean, the best success so far has just been on these little short passes out in the flats.
Jordan Lane on the tackle there. I believe that's his first time getting involved in the offense. All right, Rosento to take the snap. Looks for the quick pass, but is brought down by a swarm of Wildcats. Theo Bryson, Gus Lambert, and Pat DeLucia all in there on the tackle.
Theo Bryson.
Theo Bryson having a breakout junior season, really not seeing much of the field as on varsity last year, playing JV. But he's having a great start to his year so far. The wrestling and baseball captain. A young leader, even better athlete, even better kid than athlete, though, I will say. Love my ice cream runs with Theo as Rosento takes the snap. Quick pitch out to number 20, but he's brought down by Gus Lambert and Max Bagtaz. Sam Matthews had nowhere to go there.
Sam Matthews.
As that's going to set up a 3rd down and very long as John Panada runs off the field. Panada placing 6 at the sectionals at heavyweight for Wilmington. Looking to have a breakout senior season on the wrestling mat, also showcasing his talents on the football field.
If it wasn't for the 3 touchdowns, Lambert might be the MVP of this game.
Lambert's
he
making every tackle.
He is everywhere.
I know Lambert's gaining some college interest from Bridgewater State University and Western New England University as well. Rosento with the quick throw to number 12, and number 12 drops it. Clifford Clairvaux on the drop there.
Is incomplete.
And you got to wonder if you're Arlington Catholic, what do you do in these situations? You're down by 23. Your passing isn't working anymore. Your running wasn't working to begin with.
You have to punt here, though. There's no... Unless you want to just heave it up there. I don't think there's a play they could run right now. Let's see if they learn their lesson, though.
All right, Donnelly to punt, I believe, as he's back in the game. Almost blocked by Pat DeLucia. Cam Gray's going to let it bounce.
No.
Oh, and Cam Gray touches it, and Arlington Catholic recovers, I believe, and the ball is going to be placed at the 20-yard line with Arlington Catholic. A little bit of football knowledge, lack of football knowledge there by the Wildcats. Can't touch a punt and then let the other team touch it. Disappointing for the Wildcats, giving up possession almost in the red zone.
Touched by the Wildcats and recovered by Arlington Catholic.
Well, he'll learn from that. He should have just let that roll, especially up 29-6. But you feel the adrenaline. You want the ball to maybe score another touchdown is probably what he was trying.
You know, I don't blame him, but
I agree.
You got to have a little more football knowledge than that.
Very true.
You know, you can't be scoring 3 return touchdowns in one game and then not making any mistakes, so I guess he was due for one. All right, Rosento with his first time being this deep in Wildcat territory as Donnelly motions to the right, trips to the right for Rosento. Rosento takes the snap,
blitz.
Looks at the one-on-one coverage, and is brought down in the backfield. I believe Gabe Borges on the tackle there. Couldn't really see. Oh, no, I'm sorry, Pat DeLucia. I saw the 8 and got confused.
Sacked by number 18, Pat DeLucia.
They brought the blitz from the outside that time, forced them up a little bit.
Loss of 7 on the play. It'll be 2nd down, 17.
A very 2nd down and long here for the Cougars. And, you know, this is where they've had trouble in the past. They let themselves get 2 or 3 plays behind the line of scrimmage, and they get all flustered. I wouldn't be surprised to see them look for Jordan Nash on a quick pass here, and that's what they'll do as Nash goes over the middle. Quick screen to the running back, number 4, and there's holding, but the referee seems to have not called it, but Aiden Bellevue brought down. Max Bagtaz was being held there, and the flag is down.
Is complete to Goncalves. Tackled by Aiden Bellevue.
There's a flag on the play. I believe that's going to be holding, as when Max Bagtaz tried to make the tackle, Arlington Catholic got a little bit grabby.
There's a penalty on the play. Penalty is a hold against Arlington Catholic.
Arlington Catholic not having the best game. Making mistake after mistake. The Cougars looking to improve the little things. I know they lost to Arlington earlier this year. So this will at least be their second loss. I'm not sure they've won a game yet.
Yeah, they seem to get a drive going, and then they make mistakes. It keeps backing them up.
The Cougars with trips to the right. Resento with the handoff to Goncalves up the middle, but he's brought down by a swarm of Wildcats, including Timmy Watson in on the tackle.
Timmy Watson on the stop.
McCauley enters the field, and Gus Lambert's brought off.
Third down, 16.
Gus Lambert hopefully just taking a break, giving himself a couple seconds, because he's been on the field all over the game, as you said earlier, Don.
Yeah, he could use a break.
Trips to the right. Resento looks, fires to number 20. Ball is thrown high, but it is caught, and Cam Pereira in on the tackle after he does some dancing around Timmy Watson.
Pass complete.
It's going to set up a much more manageable fourth down, as it's going to be fourth down and about
Tackled by
8.
Cam Pereira. It'll bring up fourth down.
Yeah, the Cats are doing good.
7, excuse me.
Fourth and 7
deep in the
Cougars.
they can't really get a long pass off. That's being really covered well, so they have to throw underneath is basically what they're trying to do.
Linebackers got to play a little more up and be aware. Got to adapt a little bit because Arlington Catholic knows what they're doing. But again, a false start, I believe, by the Cougars, who just continue. Oh, excuse me, it was a timeout. I was going to say, but it still explains the Cougars' offense a little bit. They just do keep shooting themselves in the foot. They get a drive going, and as you said earlier, Don, they make a penalty. They have 3 straight plays for a loss. It's just not going well for them tonight. They need to figure it out.
Yeah, and when they make that mistake, it's hard for them to make up that mistake. Very difficult.
Head coach Joe Kavanaugh in his first year, looking to go 3-0 with only 2 minutes and 14 seconds left here in this third quarter. In a game that's gone pretty well for the Wildcats.
Yeah, it looks like a little old school Wildcat football now. You know, back in the day, you know, just pound and ground it.
New uniforms, new turf, new team.
Yep.
Mark Holleran still warming up on the sideline with sophomore number 15, Brody Humphrey, who had a pretty big varsity role last year as one of the main kick returners before he got hurt in the first game.
For your state champion Wilmington Wildcat cheerleaders.
Big round of applause from the crowd to the cheerleaders. But as I was saying, Brody Humphrey, 9 carries for 113 yards in his debut as a freshman on varsity last year. Wildcats haven't incorporated him much due to the fact he got injured in his first game, but had a really nice couple of kick returns, played some really solid football. But Brody Humphrey should be looking to have a breakout year next year or maybe even later in the season this year. Trips to the right for Resento, lone receiver, number 11. Out to the left, he's going to try and throw the fade ball to him. Max Bagtaz has that covered beautifully as Max Bagtaz swats the ball, I believe, with his hip. Max Bagtaz with phenomenal coverage. There was nothing Jordan Lane could do there.
Max Bagtaz on the
yeah, great coverage, great coverage.
We'll take over, first down.
You know, Resento threw a pretty good ball, but, you know, Max Bagtaz helped put his hand on his hip, ran with him, and the ball was not in his hands at the end of the play. Max Bagtaz having a phenomenal year for himself so far. Mark Hollering entering the huddle. Was talking to Mark's dad before the game, telling me how much off-season work Mark put in. We're excited to see him showcase it throughout the rest of this year. Joey Kavanaugh on the outside with Colin Allard on the inside.
Nobody even covering.
Quick pass. It's thrown to Kavanaugh, and Kavanaugh comes down. Oh, it's incomplete. There was an issue there. I think Mark, there was a little miscommunication between Mark and the offensive line, as the rest of the offensive line didn't move when the ball was snapped.
Yeah, well, I think they saw that he was uncovered again. That's probably the 5th time in this game Arlington Catholic hasn't even covered the outside of the slot guy.
Joey Kavanaugh, son of head coach Joe Kavanaugh, looking to have himself a breakout senior season his first year as a Wildcat, transferring from, I believe, Lowell Catholic. Kavanaugh sprints to the line here with Allard in the slot. That's the kind of energy you need from your guys. Mark Holleran takes the snap, and it's going to be a designed run as he powers up the middle, breaking a few tackles. Good run for Holleran. I believe that's going to be about 6 yards there for Holleran.
Yeah, at this point, up 29-6, almost the end of the 3rd quarter. And just as long as that clock keeps ticking, we'll be fine.
Like Jim said earlier, there's no need to show the next couple teams, Wakefield, Melrose, and Burlington, what we're going to do in crunch time.
Exactly. That's an outstanding call by that, because you know they're here watching everything we're doing. So
they're going to be watching the film next week. Shout out to all of you guys. Hope you enjoy my commentating.
Oh, he's wide open again on the left.
There's literally nobody covering Joey Kavanaugh right now as he motions to his quarterback. Holleran steps up in the pocket, is brought down by number 2, Sean Connolly, excuse me.
Sacked on the play by Arlington Catholic's number 2, Sean Connolly.
Nothing much Holleran could do there.
Down for the Wildcats.
Yeah, it seemed to be a broken play. One of the linemen got beat pretty good.
And this isn't the time of the game that you want to watch the Wildcats slip up. You don't want to give Burlington and any of these other teams the impression that late in the game we start to fold.
We'll get real sloppy.
Exactly. Allard calls signals. He looks to punt the ball. I believe his personal protectors are Gus, Theo, and Glazier, with Pereira and Cam Gray as the gunners.
Whoa.
The long snap over the head of Allard. Allard recovers it, and he just boots it.
Wow.
As he barely gets the ball off. And they're only going to gain about 3 yards on that punt, but it's a lot better than giving up a safety, I will say.
Yep, agreed. I probably would have kicked it out of the end zone if that was me, to tell you the truth. But because nothing worse if it got blocked and they recovered, then, you know, that wouldn't be a good thing either. So
Wildcats set up the Cougars with great field position. As this 3rd quarter comes to an end with only 5 seconds, this will for sure be the last play.
Yeah,
they were the 25-yard line.
They were set up last time in great field position and got absolutely nowhere. So let's see what happens this time.
Defense has to stay doing their job, stay accountable, and hopefully we can get the same result as last time or better. Wildcats taking out Max Bagtaz in favor of Jacob McCauley at the cornerback position. Max with phenomenal coverage on that last drive. And the run up the middle is going absolutely nowhere. Arlington Catholic, it is the end of the 3rd quarter, and Arlington Catholic has yet to establish the run game. But speaking of that, it's the end of the 3rd quarter here at Alumni Stadium in Wilmington, Massachusetts. Your Wilmington Wildcats up 29-6, beating Arlington Catholic. It has been a great 3rd quarter here from WCTV, and we will be back with you shortly. And we are back with the fourth quarter of Wildcat football. The Wildcats up by 23 points with a score of 29-6 against Arlington Catholic. As Arlington Catholic comes back in that bunch formation, Rosento takes the snap, fumbles the snap, quick pass to number 2, Connolly.
Oh, great tackle.
And he is brought down quickly by Gus Lambert, who's a little slow to get up there.
Gus Lambert again on the stop for the Wildcats. Picking a 2 on the play, it'll be third.
Gus Lambert got beat on the outside a little bit there, but he does the responsible thing, wraps up by the feet, and Gator rolls. Brings him down. They're going to go 2 receivers to each side here for Rosento. Rosento almost certainly going to be trying to throw a quick pass on this play. What did I tell you, ladies and gentlemen? As he is swallowed in the backfield. Pat DeLucia on the sack.
Sacked again by number 18, Pat DeLucia.
Pat DeLucia's father is also on the coaching staff, Rich DeLucia, as well as Joe McCauley's father on the coaching staff. Jake McCauley, excuse me, his father, Joe McCauley.
Yeah, Rich DeLucia back in the day gave me my first head coaching job in Pop Warner.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's hard to pass here because they're just sitting back. They got 6 guys back there and only 4 receivers. So,
all right, he takes the snap, rushes to the outside, but is brought down by Pereira and DeLucia. DeLucia with 2 plays, 2 straight sacks. What a phenomenal end to that drive for DeLucia.
And the Wildcats will take over. 1st and 10.
Yeah,
First and 10 here for the Wildcats.
Looks like the offensive line for Arlington Catholic. It is warm out here. Seems to be just gassed a little bit here.
Going back to what I was saying earlier about Joe McCauley being a coach, his other son, also named Joe McCauley, is a Division I quarterback at the University of Richmond, currently in his sophomore year. He played for Wilmington High School his freshman year before transferring to the prestigious Dexter Southfield, where he proceeded to man the team for 4 years, playing very well enough to earn him a Division I scholarship. Holleran takes the snap, runs it to the outside, makes a man miss, and is brought down eventually by number 55, William Walsh, there on the tackle, the junior from Arlington Catholic.
Yeah, yet again, a wide receiver's wide open on the outside. They just didn't see him. They were designed to run.
If you're looking at this game, if you go back just about 15 seconds, you can look at almost every play. Joey Kavanaugh is putting his hands in the air, yelling for Mark, hey, there's literally nobody on me. Hey, I'm wide open. And you got to wonder if they are going to try to take advantage of that one of these times. Joey Kavanaugh sprints to the line as he always does. Number 12, Clifford Clearvaux, looks to be in coverage here, though. Holleran takes the snap. Hand off to Bellevue. Bellevue makes a man miss. And the ball is out, and that looks to be recovered by Arlington Catholic.
Bellevue on the carry.
Arlington Catholic takes the ball from Bellevue. And number 55, William Walsh, in on the tackle and recovery there.
Those are the things you don't want to see when you're up this much, is those mental mistakes.
1st and 10, Arlington Catholic.
That's not what Wilmington football is about this year. And you got to wonder, are they getting a little lazy, maybe a little too confident here in this fourth quarter with only 9 minutes and 25 seconds left to go? They should not be letting their foot off the gas at all. Bellevue, not a kid who fumbles much either. He probably had that ball ripped from his hands.
Yep. But the defense has been playing phenomenal, so I'm trying to figure what Arlington Catholic's going to try to do here. So,
really quiet day for the offense as well, as Cam Gray has brought 3 returns to the house, so the offense hasn't been needed as much. You got to wonder if they're still not completely warmed up into the game. Nevertheless, Arlington Catholic going to go 2 receivers to each side, with Sam Matthews on the outside closest to you. Rosento takes the snap, handoff up the middle, and is brought down immediately by Cam Pereira, who jumps the line, brings him down behind the line for a loss of 2 yards. Cam Pereira having a great senior season after losing the most of his last season due to injury. I believe he was kicking PATs, but there wasn't much else he could do. With the club on his hand, Cam Pereira making up for that now, having a phenomenal senior season. Definitely drawing eyes to Wilmington football. Once again, they're going to go the 2 receivers to each side with Goncalves to the left of Rosento. Rosento takes the snap, quick pass, and no one's there. And he's brought down, I believe, by Pat DeLucia,
Sanito sacked on the play.
who is having himself
And on the sack,
quite the fourth quarter.
DeLucia.
3 sacks in the fourth quarter alone for DeLucia. DeLucia might be the defensive player of this game. Him and Gus Lambert are going to have to fight for that award.
I was going to say Gus Lambert's up there too. Let's out of Gus Lambert later because he's back in coverage more than anything at this point. The front four are just destroying the offensive line at this point. They really don't even need pressure with a linebacker.
Not at all. Rosento takes the
Took him to
snap,
blitz.
looks for the quick pass. He's tripped up in the backfield and is brought down by number 51, Timmy Watson, and Pat DeLucia in on the play.
Yeah, they came with a late blitz from the outside, which made them step up.
Arlington Catholic having a lot of trouble dealing with the blitz thus far. With 8 minutes left to go and ticking here at Alumni Stadium in Wilmington, Massachusetts, the Wildcats dominating in all 3 phases of the game thus far, especially the special teams part of the game. If you were not with us earlier, I'm going to inform you now. We have 3 special teams touchdowns alone this game. Cam Gray accounting for all 3. Phenomenal work by the senior. Arlington Catholic looking to punt, but Conley seems to think something's wrong. And the snap takes a while to get there. Conley, Cam Pereira almost had the block there, I believe.
Conley's punt is down at the Wilmington.
But Cam Gray is not going to touch it. No magic from Cam Gray there.
First down.
First down and 10 from the 25 here for the Wildcats. Mark Holleran entering the field. Had himself quite an offseason with the M2 Quarterback Academy, looking to cement himself as one of the best players in the Middlesex League so far.
Well, at least he learned his lesson from last time. Just don't touch the ball if it's kicked short.
You know, that's all they can really do is keep learning and evolving.
Agreed.
I think a lot of viewers sometimes forget, and I also forget once in a while, these are high school kids. They're not professionals. They don't know everything about the game. They don't know the ins and outs, the X's, the O's. They're still learning. All right, Holleran with 2 receivers to his right. Hands off to Gus Lambert. Gus Lambert hits the hole hard and gets about 5 yards there, which will be a great second down and 5 for the Wildcats. Gus Lambert, a real old-school football player, hard-nosed runner, likes to put his helmet down and gain some extra yards when he can, does not care much about the contact.
Looked like he got hit pretty good there, so they pulled him out for a second.
And you know, this is the time to pull him out of
He's wide
the game.
open again. Oh, yeah, they're
Holleran
not even looking.
takes the snap, hands off to Bellavy. Bellavy cuts it to the outside.
Oh,
Bellavy beats the man to the outside. Bellavy makes a man miss. Bellavy makes another man miss and is knocked out of bounds after the 50-yard line at the opposing 48, I believe. Excuse me, right on the 50-yard line. Aiden Bellavy with a phenomenal run there, using his speed and agility to get outside, make a few moves, make a few people miss, and Aiden Bellavy also having a pretty good game on both sides of the ball himself.
That was well blocked, sealed it for them to get to the outside. That's exactly the way it should be played.
The offensive line for Wilmington has been playing very well. I believe the offensive line right now is going to be Josue Rivera with Noah Matten, Luke Cushing, Adam Valise, and Gabe Borges. Handoff to Pereira after Pereira goes in motion. Pereira makes a man miss. Oh, my Lord, Cam Pereira. Sam Matthews quite literally fell out of his shoes there, right onto the ground as Cam Pereira made him look silly.
He definitely did.
And, you know, you're Cam Pereira. You're a big kid. He's not shy from contact. He loves to make people he loves to hit, but he's also equally as talented in the agility department with his juke moves.
Man, a lot of Arlington Catholic guys on their hands and knees, or a lot of cramping.
I will say, if you look at Arlington Catholic's sideline, I don't know if you can see much, they are a very, very small team. They only have about 15 people on the sidelines right now. Holleran to take the snap with the 2 receivers to his right. Bellavy to the right as well with DeProfio in as the wing. Hollering.
Bleeding clock right now.
Calls signal. Hands off to Bellevue. Bellevue makes a man miss.
Nice play.
But got caught behind his blocker, number 55 there. Adam Valise just got caught behind him there. Not much you can do there. Got to be a little quicker off the pull there if you're Adam Valise, but nevertheless having a good game. I just realized I was missing Nelvin Pacanil.
Yeah, number 67 for Arlington Catholic made a pretty good play on that.
I agree. He went right through the line and did what he needed to do. Putting Gus Lambert in and Allard's off the field. Colin Allard not being utilized too much offensively today, but having himself quite the day on defense. Joey Kavanaugh, the receiver closest to you on your screen. Handoff to Bellevue up the middle. Bellevue makes a man miss. Bellevue tries to spin out. Bellevue does spin out. Makes another man miss, not before being brought down, but it is a first down for the Wildcats, entering deeper into Arlington Catholic territory with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. Arlington Catholic can't do much. As if you look at their team right now on the field, they are very defeated. They're all walking with hands on their hips and their heads down. Arlington Catholic not having a phenomenal day so far.
Yeah, it's tough when I see their sideline. I mean, you got to remember there's guys that have been out here a lot today. They don't have a lot of subs on the line. It's warm, muggy tonight. It makes it tough.
The weather is not super ideal for football, but it is a beautiful night for it nonetheless. Not too
Kavanaugh
buggy.
wide open again.
I think they got to run to the line at one point and just let Kavanaugh go.
Yeah.
Throw it up to him one-on-one. Give the kid a chance.
Agreed.
His corner's playing 11 yards off him. Allard on the
nice.
reverse there, sweep. Oh, he makes a man miss. Allard just short of the first down there.
I will say the turf, this is brand new turf. It seems to be a little slippery. I was watching warm-ups and guys were slipping on it. I don't know if their cleats are just not deep enough or it needs to be broken in.
Yeah, this turf is first year. I don't believe they've played a football game on it yet.
No.
I'm assuming they've probably done some practices, but a lot of people still probably aren't used to the turf. If you didn't know, they do use the softball field all the way out to the left of the football field as their practice field.
Yeah, because on that cut, his foot definitely slipped out from underneath him. Otherwise, he might have gone to the house.
Colin Allard in one-on-one coverage here with one high safety. Handoff to Gus Lambert up the middle. Gus pushes through the pile for a first down and more. Wildcats having a phenomenal game so far.
They are just chewing clock up here. They're pretty much going to run this game out.
Just under 2 minutes to go. As you were saying, they are chewing clock. But if you are Joe Kavanaugh right now, you got to be thinking, what do the Wildcats need to work on right now? They're up by 23 with 1:30 left to go. You want to try a new play out, maybe a new run concept. You don't want to give everything away. I'm not saying do a double pass or anything crazy, but maybe try a new draw concept, maybe a reverse, something along those lines.
Yeah, I'd be a little careful with that, honestly. I'd probably just keep running vanilla. That way you don't give anything away in case you need it against Burlington or something late in the game. Oh,
Mark
this is
Holleran
new.
under center. It looks like they're going to go victory formation.
Yep.
Holleran takes the
done.
under center snap and takes the knee, and that will be it for the game after, I believe, only one more knee here.
Yeah.
The Wildcats have defeated the Arlington Catholic Cougars by a score of 29-6 here at Alumni Stadium. The home opener for Wilmington is won, and I don't think we've won a game at Wilmington in about a year. I think we only beat Essex Tech last year. But after coming off a 2-9 season, the Wildcats are happy to be 1-0 on their home turf, 3-0 in overall play. Phenomenal job by all of the Wildcats playing in this game today. Not a lot of mistakes were made, and the ones that were will be corrected this week in practice.
Yeah, classy move here by Kavanaugh. I mean, they could have done whatever they wanted. This is a classy move.
And that will be it here from Alumni Stadium. 29-6 is your final score with the Wilmington Wildcats in favor. That was your live broadcast coverage from WCTV. I'm Braden Almus. Thank you to Jim Boyle and Dawn for filling in the second half. And phenomenal game by the Wildcats. We will see you guys next week as the Wildcats take on... Who are they taking on next week? I don't even know. Couldn't tell you. But the Wildcats will be playing at home next week. I'm sorry for not knowing that information. Everybody at home, have a good night. To everybody in the crowd, safe travels on your way home. Once again, final score 29-6 Wildcats. And be back next week for live coverage as we play Burlington. Have a great night, folks.